Finals day in the Harris Paint, selecting a champion youth road tennis tournament. This is the primary school girls featuring Sarah Howell versus Jara Archer. Closest to the screen, rally was excellent point Howell. But it would be Archer's day, up 16-8. At one stage, she would eventually close out the opening game, 21-12. In the second, Howell seemingly found her range, up 12-6, and Archer guilty of some unforced errors. But just as things were looking peachy, Archer shifted into a different gear and would seal the victory and the title in this section in two straight, 21-12, 21-18. Senior girls 17-21 age group up next, Akila Yard Austin battling Crystal Tudor in the far court. Smash from Austin, decisive. This one swung like a pendulum, with both players making some fundamental errors. But it would be Tudor to hold the edge, going on to win 21-19, 21-19. Quickly on to the primary school boys section. That cool dude closest to the screen is Nolan Stewart Jr. playing Kanoja Belgrave. A lot of sparks flying in this one. Movement around the court was a sight to behold. Belgrave missing the target early on, while Stewart showed he could be lethal as well. Belgrave made an adjustment to his compass mid-game and started to swing his racket with authority in the zone and seeing the top prize clear as day. This was business. Stewart did well to avoid a sow in the first, but wasn't so lucky in the second, although he showed glimpses of his potential. A straight drive of immense quality found favor with the spectators. But that was a mere bump in the road for Belgrave as he took the top prize in two straight, 21-12, 21-7. These two still good friends, even with so much at stake. Secondary school girls 16 and under. Up next, final brought together Kezia Blunt and Renisha Stewart closest to the screen. These two played a highly competitive first game. Stewart delivering some gems and Blunt finding the answers to make it a close contest. At 20-all, it was a ding-dong battle until Blunt eventually edged her opponent 23-21 and 21-18 in the second. Then in the secondary boys under 16 matchup, it was Azari Clark closest to the screen, who needed 3 games to beat Jill Graves. In the first, Clark was cruising, happy to spend some time repelling all that Graves had to offer before crunching the winner 21-11 then. Time to fight fire with fire. Graves coming up with the right remedy, keeping his opponent guessing, and eventually the unforced error from Clark in the second, 21-19 to Graves. We're tied at 1 apiece. In the third, Clark upped the intensity and will make the most of the openings up 5-2 early, giving himself plenty breathing room before slamming the door shut 21-13 in the third. That's your champion. Finally, on our highlights reel, the senior boys 16-21 age group section. Shaquem Nurse playing Deontay Chapman in the far court. Chapman with the first salvo cross court, but once Nurse was fully warmed up, we were treated to some eye candy. Of course, it wasn't all picture perfect, but he got the job done, taking the first game 21-18. In the second, Nurse in fading light started to see the finish line with some dazzling footwork and thunderous forearm drives. Chapman, well, he did well to reach 15, but this was done and dusted either side of a rain break. 21-18, 21-15. A wonderful evening of road tennis on Barbados Day.
21-15.